Hey everyone, it's Apache here and welcome back to another episode of Modded Megaquarium, a brutal mode campaign. Thank you for joining me today and continuing to show your support for the series. If you do enjoy this episode, please leave a like and a comment, and if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. So between episodes I've tidied up a bit and I've done a huge amount of the research. Also levelling up all of these people here. I've been trying to keep it on fast speed as much as possible, and as you can see, a huge number of days has gone by. So we've managed to get up here, we've managed to get the Uber Chiller, and I'm just working my way through some of this lower level research as well. So we've got the Uber Chiller, we have an Uber filter up here. On this tank I've changed over the auto feeder to be supplement, as somebody down in the comments said it would be better to have the supplement on these guys because all three of these do require supplement, whereas only two of them require the sand eel, and also this can only feed one of the types of sand eel which is needed. So I choose now and let's go for a longer one. There we go. There's so much research to get through. And the other thing I've done between episodes as well is actually expanded up here and tried to work out exactly how we want our tanks to be set up in the end. So we've got these two tanks which would go here, and then we have all of these around. And so I've been buying these to make sure we've got our money. We've already got the tanks, we don't need to worry about those within the amount of money that we have. Which is going to mean we're going to need to do a new refit. However, there's still quite a lot I want to do, including working out the colour scheme that we're going to do for this area, and also making sure that we know exactly what we want in the other tanks around the area. So down at the front here, I want to have a kind of gift shop area, a little restaurant type area, with some chairs and tables, well, with some chairs at least, and the vending machines and the gift shops and all of that stuff. And I want to create a nice little pretty area down here. And then up around here, I want to have a large gateway. I'll place that one down now. So we'll have that going into the big shark pit around here, and each one of these tanks will have at least one different type of shark in it. So we already have two different types of shark available to us. If we have a look in here, actually no, we'll go to here and type in shark. So the two types we need to put in today are the leopard shark and the tasseled wobbegong shark. And I believe we do also have the modified tasseled shark. So if we have a look for modified, yeah, we have the modified tasseled wobbegong shark here, which will be slightly easier to put in with stuff, but I don't think this will actually count for the main achievement here. So we are actually going to go for the regular shark. So what do we want to do first? I think we've got a decent amount of money, so it might be good to work out what we want to do back here. We are going to need some more space, but I think if we pause the game here at the start of a new day, if we knock down these walls just here, I want to see if we move this tank into position just how far down this is going to push it all. So I want to have one of these toilet stations in here, so we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. And then if we move this up into position, can't quite do it, so it actually moved down to just where the pump is. So place that down for now, place that down there, and then place that one into there. So that's where this would come to. We would then want a staff door in there and a wall going like that. I mean, we could even have it coming like this. That wouldn't actually be too bad. if we had that much space down at the front, brought this all the way down to there, and then it's a bit awkward to see at the moment, but this would be, say, there, and that would give us all of this space down at the front to put a lot of different stuff in. That might be a good way to do it. So for now, let's move that back to there. Let's take out that piece of wall, and let's move this into a position where it can reach. I'm actually thinking about changing this up for one of these large pumps already. So if we go like that, and then we can add these two to there, and then sell that one. So we have a pump which is linked to this one. I want to take down all of these spare walls for now. This was just to make sure we knew kind of where we were going with it. So it's going to come up to here, that tank is, and that will give us a good idea about where to lay out everything else. Tell you what, I'm going to have a look and see a few different layouts for this. Maybe have a look at a couple of different paint options and come up with a short list for that. So until then, I will see you on the other side. So welcome back to what looks like a whole new different aquarium. This I think is the layout that we are going to go for here. And I've spent quite a while just going through various different designs, trying to work out exactly what I'm comfortable with. And I think this, for now, will actually be a very, very good setup for us. So I'll walk you through the basic idea of it. We've got our first two tanks which we set up down here. Now I haven't put any of the access onto it yet. I will still need to be able to do that. So I mean we can put that onto there and have this going down that way. And then on this side we'll do something similar. So I'm not going for full symmetry on this, but I did want it to be an easy layout to remember where everything is going to go as we move forwards. And then we've got our two floor tanks here. I really do like these floor tanks, and I really wish that something like this was actually in the base game properly, because I think it would be a really, really good addition. And then I've moved everything from the observer tank over to one of these corner tanks over here. So that is the basic setup. In the centre here I've got a little room, but I don't actually have any access to it at the moment, so we'll put some doors around on all four sides like that. And we also need to get some more of these tool stations. So come down. I'm not going to be able to put one there, am I? Nor there. And we'll move this one over to that side. I think 4 will be okay in there. I mean, we've only got, what, 6 machines. So, unless we all break down at the same time, which will be pretty screwed if they are, we should be okay with that. I've doubled up on all of the food, and I've put it all into rainbow order here, just to make it nice and easy to work out what we're running low of, if we need anything else, and I've doubled up on it, one on either side there. And then over here, the way we're actually going to do this is these two are connected. This is our hot water system here, and this is connected to 4 tanks here. And then any other tanks we need around the side, so this one is hot water as well. So we've just connected a mini pump up here and connected these two together. And then this one is connected to this pump, this tank and this tank. And so I can't remember what the Starry Smoothhound is, whether it's hot water or cold water. I'm kind of hoping that it's a cold water because I want to be able to put it into this tank here. We're not actually going to need this tank for now, and I will actually need this tank. So we're going to grab not a large pump, don't quite need a large pump. And I suppose a large pump might actually be good. So if I take that one out, Yeah, because then I can connect this one, and this one up all together. Which means I do actually only need a power pump here to connect this and this one. And so these two will be cold water, and these three here will be hot water. And that means we do actually have enough heat and enough cold. Oh, not quite. Okay, so we do need another... a large one will... not quite enough. So if we add in on the back of one of these a mega heater, that's still not quite going to be enough. Now do I... yeah, it's only 15,000. I've got 65,000 left. We'll stick another one of those on there. And that means that all of these are easily enough. But it does mean that I... no, I am actually safe. We come over here, we can see we're only on 900 out of 660. That'll be okay. So we'll close all these down. Now the colour scheme. Colour scheme I have chosen. It's a bit out there. It's a bit different to whatever I would usually do. I want to colour in the staff areas, which is all the way around the outside and in the centre here. I want to do that in something quite industrial style. So for this, let's just have a look down here and see if there's anything which would look good. I think maybe just this charcoal theme is with the grey floor, because I want it to stand out. So if we do that, yeah, it stands out enough, to be honest. Oops, did not want to do that. I want to block select all of this and all of that and all of that. Why didn't that block select? Thank you. And then down here we can block select all of this and up there and all the way along to there. So that's all the backstage areas. So now the actual public area, I don't want it to be this Aztec at all. I actually want it to be, and this is quite distinct, this Atlantis theme. And this is going to look really bad when we're zoomed out this far. It's going to look terrible when we're zoomed out this far. I can promise you that much. But when we zoom down and into the actual place, you'll see why I want this colour on here. And so I'll do that. And now we'll do the walls. And as you can see already, this is very swimming baths, isn't it? It's it reminds me of going... we've got a leisure centre close to us. I used to go to when I was a kid. It's where I learned to swim. And it reminds me of the locker rooms in there, or the changing rooms, in one of those public swimming baths. But when we actually zoom down into this, it actually looks pretty good. So we'll do this. I also need to put the toilets in, so we're going to have to work out where they're going to go. And do that and that. We missed out on a little bit of the backstage area just there, so we'll put those in as well. And then down here, maybe the toilet should go down here by the door there. That might be a good place for them. And there we go. And so this looks weird, I know. It looks very weird. But now if we scroll down, all the way down and in. Ooh. Maybe not just yet. Let's go back to here. And Atlantis theme. We do all of this. Now the one unfortunate thing is the entranceway looks terrible with this. So the entranceway I'm actually going to do with something slightly different. I think it was the Portofino. Yeah. And so it'll be a little bit different, but it doesn't look too bad with it. It just looks a little bit better than the actual Atlantis stuff for the entrance. And so if we come in, what I really like about this is it is so clean. You know, this is pristine. And yeah, very Atlantean. And if we actually come over to the tanks here, we can see I really like the green kind of algae effect down at the bottom of the tanks there, and the little seashells. But yeah, and the patterns on the wall, you can see we've got crabs and fish, all the little details that we might not normally see, especially when you're zoomed out in third person mode here. You can't see any of that, but it means that when we go down for the first person shots, it really does come alive, and the effect of it is, I think it's quite astounding. I really do enjoy it. Anyway, we've got a few more things to add in. I've got to add the toilets in, I've got to fix up a couple of the paint things, I've got to add in all of the vending machines, all the benches, all of that kind of stuff. So join me back in a minute and we will see what this is going to look like moving forwards. And here we go. This is what it's going to look like. We have all the gift shops in. I've made some little toilet areas down here. Now this is the type of toilet area I usually do design nowadays, with the visitor door at the front, staff door at the back, so there's a way in for staff to go all the way through, but a way in for visitors only into this bit here. It separates it off quite nicely, I think, and then we've got a little backstage area here as well, and I've just mirrored that over onto the other side. It has ended up being extremely symmetrical. As you can see on both sides we've got exactly the same type of vending machines, all of the copper band toys, the balloons, all the Tetra tanks in the middle. They are of course our main money makers. And then up at the back we do have some space to put little kiosks around and stuff if we want, and I've also blocked off these two tanks because we're not just using those quite yet. In fact, one thing we're not doing at all is using, oh no we are, because of this one here is being used. So I want to put in the sharks into these two tanks now, just before we let everybody else in. I have also decided to use the Atlantis entrance here. It did look a little bit weird having Portofino one instead of the Atlantis one here. I'm just not keen on the missing texture where the black is here, but it is also on the top of the walls where that texture is missing as well. It might just be a typo in the code, or it might be an actual missing file from a mod. I don't know, I'll have to have a look at that. But let's put the sharks into these. These are both warm water sharks. We have the tasseled wobbegong shark, which we're going to add in first. This grows to size 44. And then, which is the other one? It is the leopard shark, grows to size 30. So the tasseled wobbegong shark wants to be in this tank because it is the biggest. We need crab and supplement, which we already have. But once we get the money, we will definitely get a feeding station for this tank. So if we place one of these in, there's the quest. I'm going to close that down for a minute because we want two of those in there. And then we're going to want the leopard shark, and we're going to go one. There's the quest done, and then two. Okay, so we've got at least two of each of the sharks in there. Now in here we're going to want some cave. So let's just have a look at the cave decor. I do actually really quite like these brown temple ruin ones. There's a really nice big one here, so if we put that kind of front and centre right in the middle there, and then add in some of the small bits around it, try and make it a little bit Stonehenge typey. I don't know. I don't think these... Oh, the backgrounds are okay actually, yeah. If we add one of those in, that's not too bad. And then we'll just decorate it around with some This asparagus weed is the stuff I really do like. I love the colour of that stuff. That's what I love about it. And then, again, vegetation, we'll get some eelgrass for the other side and for the back there. We want some actual decor items in here, so maybe a canoe at the back there. That's one of the nice big ones. We've got the Aztec blocks, which I think would look really nice in here with the rest of the ruins. And actually we're going to have the crab traps in there as well. Hopefully, yeah, just that. I think that'll be cool. And then we want some of the taller vegetation. So if we have a look for kelp, we've got a load of different types of kelp here. And large kelp too. That might not be too bad actually. Add a few of those around. That'll be okay. And then some live rocks, I think. Oh, we've got a couple of different live rocks, don't we? Yeah, we've got a live medium rocks. So if we add one of those in at the side, and then just a few of these around like that, I think that could look pretty nice. Yeah, it's not too obtrusive. You can see the sharks pretty well, and they've got plenty of stuff to move around. However, that... Ooh, the textures here aren't too good, which is a shame. But we won't worry about that for now. Or will we? I may have to. We'll leave that for now though, and we'll come over onto this one. These don't actually need anything really too much. So let's see what we might want to add in with these guys. These are leopard sharks. They eat crustaceans, so they'll be fine with any other type of fish in there. So yeah, and these eat herring. We're going to have to keep an eye once we reopen on what is being fed, what isn't, and we're going to have to pause it and make sure we're right on top of it as soon as we can be. I want to try and get some of these auto feeders into this as soon as we can onto these tanks. So as soon as we start making money with it, I think we've got enough to make a decent amount of money now. But in here, tell you what, let's get just a little bit of stuff in here to stop the people complaining, because we know whatever we add in with them is going to need, well, some stuff at least, isn't it? So if we add that and that, just as a baseline, we can then actually open this place up. I believe everything has animals in it, everything has decor in it. We can open up, oh no we can't, because we are closed to the public. Now we can open up, there we go. So we'll have people coming in again, and I might have to leave this for a few days just to get everybody actually filtered back in and make sure we're actually profitable, and make sure everything is going to be alright. We may need a few more members of staff as well now that we've grown, so we'll have a look at some of the feeding staff. You're extremely good at feeding. You're okay. We might need somebody else with that. I believe we are losing a bit of money for now. Let's have a look. Yeah, we only lost 405 though. That's okay. As we get more people coming in, we will do a lot better. And of course our prestige is going to tank at the moment now until we get these people in. I also haven't put the talks back in yet either, so we'll add those back in later on as well. So it does actually look like we're doing okay. I'm just making sure that the filtration's okay here. Oh, we do need a little bit more filtration. So let's pause the game and add in a large nitrate filter, and we'll do that on the back of here. And that seems to be alright. So now we've added in these, it's taking more filtration power needed. Now unfortunately we don't have enough yet for another one of these big Uber filters. So that's going to take some time to get up to. However, we are making profits. Sometimes as low as 500, sometimes as high as 1,500. As you can see, the animal food varies drastically depending on how many animals need feeding that day. Some of them need only feeding every 3 or 4 days, some of them need feeding every single day, and our staff salaries are incredibly high as well. You can see 1,200 that day. So yeah, we're not doing too badly on that. We also have a couple of free animals that we can add into this. We have here with the Tassagang, I'm just going to call it the Tassagang because that's what comes out of my mouth when I try to say tasseled wobbegong shark is Tassagang. So the Tassagang shark, we have a green turtle here. This green turtle, I believe, should be absolutely fine. I just want to have a quick look at these guys here, just to make sure. Animals 1 to 17. And they're not fully grown yet. I'm actually going to put... No, I'm not, because because I have some angelfish here as well. Emperor angelfish. These are size 5 to 10. But these will actually go well in this tank here with these guys. I believe. If we add one of these into here, that'll be okay. If we add another one, yeah, they're not going to like it. Okay, so we can, if we want, move one of these down into this tank here, and it's still not going to like it because it is with an angelfish. Because I think, are these ones counted as angelfish? Oh, these guys don't like it because these guys eat krill. Okay, so we'll actually sell off this angelfish for pretty decent money, to be honest. 770. I'm not too worried about those. I think we do actually have them. If we have a look at, yeah, we can actually just buy them. So these actually is like 1,400 money. But we can just get, there we go. And this isn't liking it because it missed the feeding, but it's only just gone in. So that's okay. And there we go, it's just been fed. So in this tank, I just want to make sure that these can only eat animals of size 1 to 9 now. It has another 9 days before it grows up. So this turtle is going to be okay in there. It has a growth period of 8 and it will grow up to size 25. This will... yeah, this will be okay in here with this guy. And we'll keep an eye on it and make sure. If we come to the ledger here, we can see slight problem with this one, with feeding. But that will be sorted soon, I hope. Is somebody coming in here? I'm feeding? Yes, you're coming now. Okay. Just a little bit slow. If that has leveled up, we'll go for your gift shop. But yeah, we want to make sure we keep on top of people's feeding. What does that guy eat? What does this green turtle eat? Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. So we might want to get some green pellets on here at some point. So everything looks like it's doing okay in this tank now. I've also added in a few more fish. We have a comet in there, some Hawaiian Dacilius, reticulate Dacilius, free spot Dacilius as well. So there's all of these in there, and they all seem to be working okay together. I have had to put in another thing up here, another filter, and it still doesn't look like we've got quite enough of redundancy in there. I do want to try and build up towards getting a mega or an uber skimmer, and that will sort everything out here. But we do need like 82,000 for that, so it's quite a way off. And then in... what else have I done? Have I done anything else? I don't think so, actually. Everything is growing up okay. The next thing I wanted to do was have a look at this starry smooth hound, because there's only one more shot to go, so we'll probably be able to finish this level in this episode maybe. And move on to the next one. Go for that one. So we need a volume 200 tank. Oh, okay. Different animals 6 out of 5 and sufficient chilling. So why don't I have sufficient chilling? Because in this tank there's only 4 different types of animal. And I'm assuming that's why this isn't working properly. Because there's only 4 different types in here. We have the common starfish, we have the common lobster, we have bullhuss, and we have the pajama cat shark. Verity has leveled up with pure feeding again. Delete all growth reports. So I want to try and find something which will actually go in here. Now the only real things which eat animals are these guys, pajama cat sharks. So we need to find something which is size 10 or above. However, there is one thing which I think might work. Because these will only eat crustaceans. These will only eat crustaceans. And these won't eat anything. So I don't know if it will work. If it does, this may just pop up immediately. But we do actually have, in cold water here, the fish eating anemone. So if we get this, and place one of these down, there we go. That is that one done. Let's just close that for now, because I want to put a couple more of these in. So if we go to here, where's that fish eating anemone? We'll put another one in just there. And these should be fine if we have a look at what these actually need. We need sand eels every 3 days. I think our staff can cope with that. We may end up needing some more of the auto feeders around. However, if we have a look in here, everything is doing absolutely fine. So now we have access to the starry smooth hound. We will supply you with baby starry smooth hounds now. So are they in here? Let's have a look at... there we go. So these are cold water, they grow up to size 29, they only eat crustaceans, so they're nice and easy to keep, and they only need 174 when fully grown. So I'd be perfectly happy within this tank here. I do actually want to get this tank sorted as well though, so if we have a look at that. Go for... what should we go for next? Do we have anything which is kind of crustacean based? Cold water crustacean. Ah! Cephalopod. Perfect. Right, so I want to do this tank last. I want to pause the game just for now because I want to try and open up this bit. And in this tank here, this is going to be cold water. I want to try and get some of the other stuff we haven't really seen before. Now these are going to be difficult because they can only be housed with other of these other inverts. So they could only ever be housed with the common starfish, which isn't too good. What else is there? Let's just have a look at cold. There's a Mediterranean moray eel, but I want something... I want to put lights on this tank basically. So I want something which is going to work well with lights. And it's not a chrysal tank, so we can't go for that. We could go for some of these. Let's base it off the fact we're going to put some eastern oysters into this tank. Now these don't actually need lights. But we'll place in, say, 3 of those, and we'll base this tank off the fact that we're going to put those in. So that means we can't have anything that will eat clams in there. We can actually put some of these in there as well, which will add that we can't put any bullies into this tank. However, everything else looks okay. So we'll place a couple of those in as well. And so this tank is still on 0, by the way. So we are actually going to need some floating things in there as well. If this is going to be a crustacean friendly one, if we have... Ooh, I was thinking about going for the wolf fish in this, which means it wouldn't be crustacean friendly. But we would, I think, be able to put the cephalopod in there. So if we said 1, 2, 3 of those. So we're going to want some more filtration on this. So on the other side of here we do have a spare bit where we can put in a large nitrate filter onto there. And that's sorted that out. So we want 21 cave, that's a lot of cave. So if you have a look in here for cave decor, maybe this would actually be a good place for one of those drop-off. So if you have a look for drop-off, so this is the tank which is supposed to be used for this. I would like to start using these more often. This level was all about trying to use big tanks and stuff. I think next level I'm going to try to make an exhibit out of these drop-off tanks. Do I actually have a podium tank? I don't know if I do. Oh yeah, the small podium tanks as well. So it is, yeah, the drop-off tanks and the small podium tanks is something I do actually want to get into these somewhere. I think the coral drop-off thing though is going to be really nice in here, just to fulfill all the needs we're going to have for this tank. So is there anything else we want in here? There's 99 points in total we're going to have in here, because these grow up to size 33, they're big. Once this has been done, then we will also have the cephalopod in here. So I think that's okay. We do need a bit of decor at the bottom, just a little bit of colour I think in here. Make this a nice colourful one. And we also have, I think, in here, some stuff we haven't really had to play around with. Let's go for some of these. Lovely corals. We've got like brain corals here which look incredible. So like, make this look like an alien landscape. Sponge purple coral. There we go, that can go down in the corner. And then I think there was some like really big stuff as well. Let's have a look. Still got a brain coral. Hump coral. Let's go for one of those. And sponge coral yellow. Yeah, I'll go for one of those as well. Just makes it look like a really strange alien type landscape. And maybe just something down in this corner which is going to be a decor item. So we have a look at decor. There's nothing really coral-esque, but I think having a shell and a conch in here might be quite nice. So it's just a collection of things rather than a landscape. I think that maybe we can come back to that one afterwards. So then we can open this place up, make sure that is all okay for another couple of days. And so everything is fine with this tank, and we've also added in the tiny little octopus just there. And so now finally in this tank we want to add in the starry smoothhound. So this is going to complete the level. There we go. So we'll just close that for now. We'll come back into here and put another one of those on. We want to actually open up this place just to make it, just to complete the level properly. And like that. In this tank, let's add in, make it look nice and pretty. Have some of those. Some eelgrass around these. And some red algae. And we'll also go for some bullhead kelp, why not? something different. And then we'll go for some decor items. We'll have the cannon right down in the centre there. And some barrels just across the back. Okay, I think that's alright. Come down and have a look. And so if we press play now, I think everything should be alright with that. We have a look at this. Benny has leveled up. Yes, we'll read that in a second. I just want to go for a first person kind of walk. Whoa, okay. Let's go back. A first person walk around this place from the entrance here. Because I think this shows off this level where it needs to be. This Atlantis theme, I think, is the real showcase of this level for me. I really do like the textures on this. They really come to life down at this level as well. I like the kind of cartoony nature of the floor here. And whilst the game is paused, we'll just keep having a look around. I do like these posters as well, these shark posters. And we've got the whale poster over here as well, which is there. Huge amounts of detail in them. And then we have this nice little tank here with all of these sharks in. This is the bullhuss. And then over on this side, you can walk over the lionfish. And this has got the... which one's this one? The epaulet sharks into here. You can buy all of your neon tetras over here. And then in here, we've got the leopard shark. Over here, we've got some of the bigger fish, the panther grouper and the coral grouper. Over here, we've got the tasseled wobbegong shark. I actually said it right, yes. And the green turtle up there as well. Over here, we have the wolffish and some strange alien type coral. Over here, we have our new guys who have disappeared on us. The starry smooth hounds. Ah, there they are. Tiny at the moment. They are little baby sharks. Do 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 do. And then finally, back round to the beginning. So yeah, that is this. We didn't manage to unlock everything all the way through the level. But we'll come in, we will level Nigel up for the last time. We'll head over to the You Win screen. Nicely done. Despite the owner's restrictions, you have managed to fulfill their wishes and create an aquarium of epic proportions. Now for something a little different. Have you ever wished for a more bijou assignment? Your wish is granted in Le Dufon. Le Dufon. You can continue to build here at Myra. I am ready to see what all the fuss is about at Le Dufon. Let's go. So there's level 7 done. We're now in level 8. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you did enjoy this episode, please leave a like, comment and subscribe on the video and to the channel, and I will see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please consider supporting me by subscribing to the channel and liking and commenting on the videos. Thanks. See you next time.